And just until recently, the people who ran the drone program was the CIA. And they've turned it over to the Air Force. But the CIA is still picking the targets. Now, when these things fly over, they're not as good as people think they might be. And it might just be a couple of guys that look like quote-unquote terrorists, and all of a sudden a missile gets launched in and 50 people die. They get vaporized or maimed. And it could be just a couple of people talking about the price of bread. I mean, we don't know exactly who's being killed by these things. And the nations they are being used against have not done anything against us. They have not attacked us. And in Syria, there are 1 million refugees that no one will take in, and they can barely feed these people. These wars in the Middle East have got to stop. Voice and say, no more, not in our name. Right. We were once the beacon of freedom, and now we're becoming the beacon of tyranny. And that is not what we are meant to be. We were never brought up to believe that, and we have to stand up against these powers and this military-industrial complex that has gathered nothing but cash for themselves and destroyed other people. And they've done it in our name. And it just can't go on.
Sing a version of Over the Rainbow.
Right. Okay.
Somewhere over the rainbow, drones fly by, raining death and destruction out of the clear blue sky. Somewhere inside a bunker, men fly drones. They kill helpless civilians, all without leaving home. Someday a drone may come your way, you'll panic, but the drone will stay above you. They'll vaporize you then and there and take you from the ones who care and those that love you. Somewhere skulking in secret, CIA. And the drones that they dream of aren't very far away. If military drones can kill without due process, then they surely will.
All right. All right.
The National Network website, go to No Drones. That is KNOW drones.org. And you'll see there are actions in dozens of cities all around the country and a few around the world. We were just hearing about how people in Europe are developing a new network on the anti-drone network, and they're going to have a European conference. There'll be a larger protest here next week, 1 o'clock here at Park Street Station again. We have some signs about particular drone victims that we know about. One is Anwar al-Awlaki. He was an American citizen, which doesn't make it any worse that he was killed by a drone, but he was a Muslim cleric who got more and more radicalized the more our country was over in Muslim countries killing Muslims by the thousands. He finally said, you know, it's justifiable. He encouraged people to fight back. I actually think that's right. I'm nonviolent, but if somebody's invading your country, you know, you can't be too upset with them if they're resisting. So, but he got put on Obama's hit list, and his father knew about it, and his father went to the court and said, you can't have my son on your hit list. He hasn't done anything wrong. You haven't taken him to trial, charged him, much less tried him. And you know what the court said? The court said it's a state secret who the president puts on his hit list.
Yeah.
State secret? Good grief, I could be on his hit list. I oppose these wars. I oppose this government.
Yeah.
Okay, come for me. The only thing is they'll get 20 or 30 of you at the same time. And so Anwar al-Awlaki, he was killed in September 2011, and then his son, 16-year-old son, went to Yemen. Actually, he may have been living there. Anyhow, he snuck out of his house because his parents, well, his grandfather, who was keeping him, wanted to keep him safe, but he wanted to find out what happened to his father. So he went and he was on a quest to find out what happened to his father and find his father if he could. And sure enough, another drone strike came down and hit him. Abdul Rahman al-Awlaki. The next month, 2 weeks after Anwar was killed. And these are just two names I happen to know. Hundreds of people have been killed in these drone strikes.
And well, the Bill of Rights is there to protect you. And here come our friends, those who are representing those who were killed by drones. Drones kill people. They need to be disposed of. They need to be gone. We have to put an end to this nightmare once and for all. Once and for all, we have to put an end to this nightmare. And this is just a tiny fraction of the people. I guess you could probably take a good 100 people for each one of these people and multiply each one of these people by 100, and you'll see what was killed by drones. You'll see what was destroyed, bodies mutilated, children burned to a crisp. Do we want that?
No.
That is not our nature. That is not human nature. We're all human beings. And we, the people, must put an end to this trash once and for all. Thank you.
Please look into your hearts. Look at this beautiful day around you. Do you see anything in the sky above you? Do you feel as if there's anything in the sky above you that's going to kill you? Well, there are people across this planet who are just like you. They are mothers and fathers and young men standing around laughing with each other, enjoying life. Maybe they're standing in a square on a beautiful day, but somewhere among them is some person that your government has decided has to die in your name to protect you. Is that what you want? To have those people standing around them die with them? No. Take a stand. Take just a few minutes of each day and think about it in your hearts. Take an hour or two. Go on the websites and look and see what you can do to volunteer. Veterans for Peace and other groups like them are standing vigil here today. They do it day after day. They have been here for decades because of the wars that have been fought in your name. It's not that people had bad motives, but they were told lies.
Keep up the pressure about this, both in terms of the surveillance, which is a form of terrorizing people with this low-flying buzzing overhead constantly, along with the weaponized use of drones. Thank you.
Going around targeting people, if we think they're an enemy of our empire, why not just close down the empire, use our Defense Department to defend our country, And then we wouldn't have people around the world hating us, and a very few of them becoming terrorists, as they call it. So we will be back here next week with our second anti-drone protest. We expect it to be even bigger. We'll see. But April is Drone Awareness Month all around the country, and you can go to knowdrones.org. That's Know drones to find out more. Thank you.